You, Dr. Lario and Ambassador McCain, who I think has left. I'd like to bring on to stage Beth Hurvitz, who is Senior Vice President of Global Social Impact at Visa. So please join me, Beth. So we're changing the, it's a little bit of a different theme, but I think it's still highly related to what we were just talking about, which is, the global food crisis. And of course, this topic, which we're talking about, which is digital financial inclusion and equity, is closely related to that, and farmer livelihoods and everything related there. So I wanted to, well, first off, how are you, Beth?
I'm great. How's everybody doing? It's kind of like the lull. Everyone good?
So
excellent.
So we're very excited because right now we're at the culminating parts, not the end, but the culminating parts of a months-long partnership with Visa. And probably about 20 minutes ago, everyone who is here, if you were registered for the event, if you weren't, we'll still get it to you somehow. But you should have in your email a new report. It's a special report that we did with Visa, looking at exactly the title you're seeing in front of you, Bridging the Divide: Skills for Digital Financial Equity and Inclusion. We looked at, what are the things that we need to do as a community to bring these skills and to bring these benefits to people around the world. And one of the things I've really liked about our partnership is it wasn't about what Devex could do or thinks we should do. It wasn't about even what Visa thinks we should do. It was about what the experts think we should do. So we spoke with about 1,000 experts around the world who gave us their opinions on how to best bring the skills and techniques and everything to allow for this. And then we also spoke with about 30 through in-depth interviews, and we did some workshops, one workshop to be accurate, but about 30 people who really spent a lot of their time to really help us out to get to the answers. And they did not get a free Visa gift card, as far as I know. So I think we're okay on that. But yeah, so we want to just talk a little bit about that. Look at your report. I know no one's looking at their phones now, obviously, because it was such a great program. But when you do look at your phone, please do have a look at the report on your computer, whatever it might be. But Beth, before I've talked a lot here, so I want to turn things over to you for a second, and just ask sort of what is it about, why this report, why this partnership, why this issue for you guys at Visa?
Thank you. And I'm very excited that the report is out. I hope all of you guys enjoy it and about our partnership together. So thank you. But as you know, Alan, the world has changed. The pandemic has, accelerated the rate of digitization exponentially, and it's changed all of our lives, right? We do everything online. We work online. We go to school online. We do commerce online. We do money movement online. And so the ability to connect digitally is just incredibly important to our everyday lives, to the ability to be resilient about all of the bumps that are going to come in the road, and also to be able to build that long-term financial well-being. And so, and the waves of this digitization are only coming, and they're coming quicker. And so any community that's left behind now, if they're not lifted up now, they'll just become further and further and further behind. And we know, we have lots of data that both individuals and small and micro businesses who were digitally equipped fared the pandemic so much better than those that did not. And actually, one of the things that came out of the report was that people who do have access to a formal digital economy have better opportunities to earn, to save, to borrow, to receive support, especially emergency support, and to insure themselves against those shocks. There's been a lot of progress. For those of you who've seen the new Findex, 76% of adults around the world have a financial instrument, a bank account or a credit card or wherever. But it's still not enough, right? It used to be that we said, okay, we're going to get these financial instruments in people's hands, especially those who need them, and they're going to use them, and they're part of the formal economy. Great. Just not enough anymore. And so, the question really becomes, there's still 1.4 billion people who are unbanked, but that's not the end of the story. And we believe that to achieve financial well-being, you really need to have full participation in the digital economy. How do we get there? And so we wanted to get the information and we wanted to get the input from, as Alan said, this amazing community of development experts that are out there. And so we did this survey. And what did the survey say? You're all going to read it, I know. But what did it say? It said that you all agree. 95% agree that digital finance has the potential to advance socioeconomic inclusion and equity. Great. And 2/3 of the respondents said that their communities are creating and enhancing their livelihoods through the digital economy. Great. But only 14% say their target communities have enjoyed a big increase in income due to participation in the digital economy. So what does that mean? It means that the benefits are not being fully utilized. And we have a lot of opportunity to get this right. And we really want to work with all of you to be able to delve into the report, look at sort of the 5 major outcomes and 3 kind of focus areas as a blueprint, but then work all together to come up with more and more innovative ways that we can partner to get at full participation in the digital economy.
Great, thanks, Beth. Let's get back to those numbers in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, I want to read actually the 5 key findings here, just so that everyone has a bit of a background. I've got an old-fashioned hard copy of the report here, but I'm going to read it off here so I don't get it wrong. But the 5 key findings that these 1,100 some odd people came up with is number 1, to look beyond infrastructure and access. So basically, yes, you need the phones, you need connectivity, but we need more than that. Number 2, digital financial skills are the missing piece of the puzzle, something basically not focusing enough on the skills part. Number 3, that skills are important, but also trust is important, and building trust with local providers or whatever it might be. Number 4, community networks. Obviously, that helps build with trust. And then number 5 is partnerships, meaningful partnerships, not just saying that you're working together, but actually working together and doing the right things. So back to those numbers, which I find pretty stark. It's hopeful, and it's always good to look glass half full, right? We have 86%, I think you said 14%. So 86%, we can do better, right? 86% of the people do not think that they're seeing big incomes, but 95% of the people think we can. So I think it shows that there's a lot that we can do. So what are you doing at Visa, or what do you think you can do at Visa to really take these findings? And not only you at Visa, by the way, everyone in this room, what do you think we can all do, maybe using Visa as an example, to make this improve?
No, I appreciate that. Some of the things I took away from the report were key ones that you brought up. One, that digital and financial education are absolutely critical. That trust and financial inclusion, you can't do it without it. And then partnerships, from a partnership perspective, and innovative partnerships, different ways of thinking about partnerships are absolutely critical. No one can do this alone. So at Visa, we're a network of networks. That's what we do. We don't do anything alone. We do everything through partners. We have partnerships with all the financial institutions and with governments and with fintechs and with merchants, et cetera, to bring digital commerce and digital payments to everyone around the world. And actually, in the report, it says that one of the top innovations that facilitates greater participation in the digital economy and enhances livelihood is digital and mobile payments. But we do realize that one size does not fit all, as I know all of you agree with. And we really have to meet people where they are. So at Visa, we're really focused at enabling those who already have those trusted relationships, who are already out there, many of you who are already out there locally having those trusted relationships and figuring out that bundle of value that you need to meet those customers' needs or those community needs. And so let me just give you an example or two. One of them is in the report. In Ecuador, Peru, and Venezuela, we're partnering with WOCU, which is the World Council of Credit Unions, and USAID, to be able to, again, get those people who have that trusted relationship, which are the credit unions, the information and the ability to be able to bring digital and financial skills to both local entrepreneurs and migrants to meet that community's needs locally. Similarly, in the US, we just announced earlier this year a partnership to be able to work with the MDIs. It's called MDI, or Minority Depository Institution Accelerate. And that is bringing access and opportunities to communities of color. And again, what we're doing is, Visa has committed up to $100 million of deposits into these MDIs to catalyze lending to these communities of color. We're also doing insights and financial and digital education, et cetera, that bundle of value to those people who have that trusted relationship already. So the collaboration and the partnership that I'm talking about really enables us to get learnings to be able to figure out what we can do and what works to be able to get, scale, to have that greater impact and resiliency, which is also in the report. And so, our challenge to everyone, what's our challenge to everyone? Our challenge to everyone in the room is to open those dialogues, figure out those innovative partnerships that are going to get at that opportunity for full participation in a digital economy. And we all want to work with you to make that happen so that truly no one is left behind.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. I forgot to bring the mic up. So I will just sort of summarize what those sort of three. So I mentioned the 5 key findings, but sort of the 3 action steps forward that these people want, which you went over all of them, but just to summarize them, basically looking at new partnership models, innovation for scale, and if I could read my own handwriting, I would say the other word. But then third one is user-centric programming. And I hope that everyone does have a look at the report. Does see it's pretty easy read. It's about 20 pages. And feel free to share it with your networks. We'd love it if you post on social, all of that. But I want to thank you, Beth, for everything. And is there anything you wanted to add to this? Any last? We have 28 seconds left if you want to use that 28 seconds.
20 seconds. I would say again, we have to come up with new ways of doing this. What we've done has made significant, meaning everybody in this room together, to be able to get at that full participation in the digital economy. And so thank you for your partnership. And, again, we want to delve deeper into what the report says to come up with some of those innovative partnerships. And thank you to Devex for our relationship and for our partnership. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And I will say that even though Beth and I are up here on stage right now, the Devex and Visa teams are responsible for 99% of everything here. So thank you to them as well. So thank you, Beth. I want to we can step off here. I just want I want to reintroduce to Kate Warren, who you all know is our executive vice president and executive editor, and I'll pass the stage.